Hi there, I'm Heather Gill with eXp Realty, local real estate expert here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. And today I'm talking with Lori Vann. Lori Vann is the owner of Vann and Associates. They do coaching, counseling, consulting. They're great people. And Lori, I know that you're going to be able to help us with this question. So we have this question from Texas Elder.care. And the question is this: what are some risk factors of someone living by themselves?
It's a great question, because a lot of times it's one of those, we don't realize it till after an accident has happened. Mm-hmm. And there's several variables you have to look at. I mean, one, we do have to assess the cognitive ability. Is someone able to live on their own? And that's not necessarily a chronological age assessment. Right. That's really looking at cognitively where they are, because you have individuals that are, say, early 60s, but cognitive decline has already started to set in. And then you have those that are 90 that are sharp as a tack.
Right.
So you can't base it just on age.
Right.
And within that cognitive ability, can they go grocery shopping? Can they order things? Are they able to differentiate a scam call or people that knock on the door and they're going to scam them out of their money?
Right.
Able to remember to pay the bills. I mean, and medication in particular, that's a really biggie. Are they able to remember taking their medications and doing it accurately? Because that becomes a very big risk factor.
Right.
And where we do see a lot of accidental overdoses in the population, it's because they couldn't remember, did they take their medications or not?
Right.
And there are now some systems that can facilitate doing that correctly.
Right.
Great parts of technology that are coming out. But you also want to look at the layout of the home. Are there some changes that need to be made? Do they have a walker? Do they use a cane? Are there some floors that maybe need to be updated because they're buckling a little bit? What about the carpet? Is it a nice smooth, low pile carpet, or is it something that's pretty high pile where they could potentially get stuck, their walker gets stuck, or they trip on? For tile floors, well, those get slippery. And now you got a slip and fall situation. So there's a lot of different variables you have to do. And I do know that there are experts out there that can possibly go through your parents' home with you and identify some of these safety factors.
Right. Yeah, one of our partners, Mark, with Comfort Keepers, they kind of provide a little bit of help in the space where they can have people go out and check on people and do the medication and take them to appointments and stuff. So they kind of bridge the gap a little bit. But definitely so. I mean, yeah, it's good to just be aware of all the things that can come into play at that later stage in life, or even just that cognitive stage in life where you just need a little bit of extra help or attention or whatever it might be. So absolutely.
And there's a psychological part I forgot to mention too.
Oh, yeah.
Is that when you live by yourself, and if they aren't interacting with other people, you now have a depression risk factor too.
Right.
And that, I mean, when you start to get depressed, and if someone is living by themselves, it's easy for the thoughts to go bad places.
Right.
And when you're isolating and you don't have interactions with people, and right now, just about all of us have experienced that because of the pandemic.
Right.
Is that we've been more isolated than ever before, and we see the depression rates skyrocketing and the anxiety rates skyrocketing. So those are some psychological risk factors that have to be assessed too.
Right. Lots of things to consider. Absolutely. Well, if y'all have a concern about this, or you work with somebody, maybe your parents, whatever the situation, if this is kind of something that's bubbling up and you want to talk a little bit further about, Lori's great, and her and her associates can definitely help. You can reach her at the phone number on the screen or shoot her an email. They'd be happy to help any way they can. Lori, I appreciate your time.
You are very welcome.